Hi, my name is Maria Wiggins. I'm a mom and a husky owner, and I live in Colorado. I am formerly from Oklahoma, and I want to talk to anyone, really. I think the news media needs to shine some light on the subject of parental alienation. You see, it's common sense and common knowledge that exes talk bad about their exes. It's common knowledge that divorces and custody cases get very ugly. But our law caters to false allegations. And it caters to lazy guardian ad litems and lawyers and social workers who don't do their job investigating. And then the children end up living with the abuser because the children's afraid to speak out against the abuser. We need common sense laws. We need a national light brought to this subject. My children were taken away from me in the course of 2 years. Things got delayed and delayed and delayed. Nobody investigated anything. And that's what I want somebody here in Colorado to do. Do some investigating. Because it's a very salacious story, and it's really typical of alienated cases. It is, because alienators are projectionists. So that means that they accuse the other party of doing what they're actually doing. And so because they get to people before you do, because you're not trying to project victimhood onto yourself, so they get to people and talk all of this nonsense, and people believe them. Anyhow, the people in Oklahoma, they're all white, older women. The judge is a white woman who's actually a new judge, because the old judge, Judge Foss, would never have done this. And Judge Puckett needs to call the old judge, because Judge Foss said if it became a custody issue, it would be a jurisdiction issue, which my lawyer argued. My lawyer, who died in the middle of the case, he was the former bar president, Oklahoma bar president in 2005. And he argued the law, that it was a jurisdiction case. My children lived here in Colorado for 4 years prior to all of this. There was no incident. There was no police report. There's no anything. There's nothing other than my ex's false allegations. Now, the guardian ad litem testified that we were both putting our children in the middle, and she believed that if she gave the children back to me, that they knew how to work the system, and that they would be right back with him because they would call DHS. So what are you trying to teach my children? Miss Christy Chesley of Norman, Oklahoma? What are you teaching children? You're a mom yourself. You're teaching children that if they lie about somebody, that they can just get their way? Because that's what you believe. But in reality, they're being abused to lie. And Miss Wheeler, you should have figured that out by now, but you're not educated in that field. So I understand. We need a national spotlight shine on this. We need somebody to stand up for all of these children who are being alienated. And I have been racking my brain for 2 years on how to fix this problem. And I think it's the only way to, it won't eliminate it, but it might minimize it. We need nationwide laws on divorce. Very simple. You get divorced, your child is, I don't know, say your child's 6 years old. You've got 12 years left before that child becomes an adult. So we'll divide that in half, right? Some basic math, which lawyers are not good at least not the lawyers in Oklahoma. And I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to judge you all, but I've had an experience with a lot of Oklahoma lawyers. But basic math says 12 years divided by 2 is 6. So the mother, or if it's a same-sex marriage, because that is the case in some marriages, divorces, custody battles, So the mother or the biological parent would get the first 6 years. And then the father or the non-biological parent would get the second 6 years. Everybody would know what they're going to get. There won't be any fighting. There won't be any arguing. We're not going to listen to hearsay. Throw that shit out the window. I don't care if you lawyers aren't making a shit ton of money off of degrading our nation, the families in our nation, because you want to make money. Yes, I am upset because you want to make money and not do your job. It's different when you're actually doing your job, but you're not. She kept those children in Oklahoma to make money. Her name is Christy Chesley. She's a racist bigot. The only reason why she sided with him, because she didn't investigate and she's too lazy to investigate, is because my son's best friend was gay and black. And then my other son's best friend was black. And I have a bazillion pictures of all my kids with them. And she didn't approve of that because she's a white racist old lady from Oklahoma. And that's why I am so glad to live in the state of Colorado. And you know what? I'm not racist. And my mom taught me better. She had gay friends when I was growing up. She had a best gay friend. And you know what? He was treated just like anybody else. Everybody in my family has always been treated with respect, no matter who they are or what they do in their life. That's their life. And you know what? I have given this lawyer and this judge and everybody in Oklahoma respect, but they're letting my children be abused. And what I want a news investigation done is because the last time we went in court, Miss Wheeler stood up and told the court that my son blacked out and urinated himself. Oh, but she had to throw in that he was thinking about me and that there was a witness. So the place this happened to, allegedly, is the place that she herself in text messages and in person has tried to push me to take my children. The same place that my ex tried to push me to do exchanges at. And actually their first exchange after all this began was there. So, I wonder what kind of witness this is. She didn't figure it out herself. She tried to push this place on me. You're so dumb. And this guardian ad litem, had she done her job, she would have noticed my son Mitchell has never blacked out, never urinated himself. He lived with me for nearly 12 years. All this happened was right before their 12th and 13th birthdays. Now there's a misconception that children get to choose where they want to live when they're 12 and 13. That's not the law. Now they can say a preference and the judge can take it into effect, but that's not the law, or into account, excuse me. So a lot of people believe that children get a preference, and that's why children are getting abused. Because, how else are you going to make them say what they don't want to say? They don't want to choose a parent. No kid wants to choose one parent over another. Right? So we need to completely take that out of the scenario, because I don't know about you, but okay, my father died when I was a baby. So I didn't get a choice. I didn't get a choice of what parent I lived with. I didn't get a choice of what school I went to. It was where my mom wanted me to go. And people whose parents are still married, they don't get a choice of where they live. They don't get a choice of who they live with or what school they go to. So why should children of divorced parents get a choice? No, let's make some common sense laws. Let's rule this shit out right now. Because I'm telling you, it's never going to end. Yeah, it makes lawyers a lot of money. I don't give a shit about lawyers. They need to quit profiting on the degradation of our whole society, because these children who are suffering through this, it's a mental abuse. It's a mental, emotional abuse. And these children suffering through this are going to be our future of our society. And it might not affect you now, but it might affect your children in the future, because they might get involved with one of these children. It might affect your grandchildren. It's affecting my children, and that's why I'm upset. And she had the nerve to say, I have questionable behavior. Do your job. If you would have checked with the school, you would have seen my child was on an IEP, and he got off of it by himself without the aid of this ADHD medication their father put them on that was unnecessary. He got off of it himself. And he had an emotional, social emotional support therapist. A therapist, Miss Wheeler, not a counselor like you. And he saw her for a long time. And she deemed that he did not have ADHD. And she never witnessed anything weird or bad or negative out of my child. So who's abusing them? The person you gave them to. And I'm sorry, I'm so upset. You know, people whose children get abducted, of course they're upset. And they're justified in them being upset. But we look like we're crazy because our children are given to an abuser and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. That's got to change right now. It's got to change. I'm not on here putting makeup on, caring what I look like. I don't even care what anybody thinks of me. It's not about me. You guys think it's about me because you want to judge people who are in my situation because we're upset. Yeah, we're upset. But you know what? I might be my ex's intended victim, but I'm not the victim. My children are the victim. His own children are his victims. Our children are the victims of this so-called justice system. There's no justice. Justice is a false victory anyway. You know why? Because even if somebody hears me and does some damn research, can't change the fact that my children are being abused right now. It doesn't change that. I've done everything for my children. And if I have to live without them, then I guess I have to go live my life for me, and I can do that. But I would rather fight this battle, not just for my kids, but for all of the kids going through this. And I'm telling you, the real problem are counselors and lawyers who abuse their power and do unethical things to keep people away because, oh, why? Because I called her out on not doing her job. Please, somebody contact me. Talk to me. I will interview with anybody. I will do whatever you want. Drug tests, psychological evaluations. Actually, I've done all of that, but I'll do it again. Because it doesn't, I have nothing to hide. I just want to have some common sense laws. I want my children to be good people. And I want this to stop. So please contact me. Thank you.